Hi everybody, if you'd care to spare me 45 minutes of your time, I'd like to share with you a guide with some hints and tips for players new to Black Ops 3 Team Deathmatch, and also for existing players who'd like to get a little better. Maybe if you're struggling with your KD ratio and would just like to finish positive a little more often. I know this is going to be a long video, but please trust me when I say that if you take on board what I'm saying in this video, I guarantee that you'll get better at Black Ops 3 Team Deathmatch. First up, and maybe the most important, if you don't already, wear a headset. A stereo or surround sound headset will give you early warning of enemies around you and keep you alive longer. Trust me when I say that as you get more and more tuned into the game environment and the sounds around you, you'll become a more successful player. You will literally be able to start firing your gun just before enemies come around corners or appear at stairwells, or even spin around and kill people chasing you. Headsets and a little practice are that effective. It's worth spending some time with the options to find out which sound preset works best for you. I tend to go with the headphones preset, but other people swear by Super Crunch. Check the brightness as well. I think that the game recommends too dark a setting. I run with, I think it's 13 white bars or just 4 black bars on the right, but it also depends on the settings on your TV. Also, turn controller vibration off. It's a little distracting and unnecessary. Finally, your controller sensitivity. And this is crucial to your gun accuracy, and this may surprise you, but I want you to set it low, real low. Run your sensitivity down at 3, both for vertical and horizontal. I know that when you watch YouTubers you can see them running crazy high sensitivity, spinning around like tops while managing to take out enemies, but for the rest of us mere mortals, we need that lower speed to help us aim more accurately. In a game where the guns are well balanced and there are a myriad of options to customise your class to suit different maps, tactics and enemy behaviour, I'm going to suggest something quite drastic. Use the same class with the same gun, attachment and perks for every game of Team Deathmatch for the next few weeks. That's right, use the exact same gun. And the gun we're going to be using is the KN44, an excellent assault rifle that's available straight away. And we're going to put the reflex red sight on it, because I find this better for beginners because the gun barrel doesn't get in the way as you're aiming down the sights. We're going to have quick draw so we can aim down the sights quicker after sprinting, and we're going to have stock so we have better manoeuvrability when aiming down the sights, both for left stick aiming and for pre-aiming while walking around corners. We really want a third attachment, so when you get to level 16 you'll be able to equip the primary gunfighter perk and therefore also equip fast mags. Getting killed while reloading is an all too common mistake, and you'd be amazed at the difference that running this smart little attachment can make. If you haven't reached level 16, just add the grip, which will give you more stability when firing. The KN44 is good up close and excellent at mid-range, but poor at long range, so we're going to be avoiding long-range gunfights with this weapon. Examples of gunfights that are too far would be on the bridge in Hunted, aiming across the little hut that snipers like to camp in, or on the map Breach, across the middle of the map either way to each side. And a final example would be across the two buildings in Nuketown. Simply don't challenge enemies with the KN44 at these distances, just run away and attack them from the flanks. If you do have to go for a long range shot, say enemies are running across your line of sight or they haven't spotted you yet, as you are firing, press the trigger on and off and on again as fast as you can. This reduces the amount of recoil and makes you more accurate, but will reduce the rate of fire. Obviously if you miss and they turn towards you, get out of the way and try a different route. The reason why we're running with the KN44 is that it's all too easy when we're not doing well to blame it on the gun. So we change our class when we should be changing the tactics and the way we are playing. By using just the one gun, we learn better tactics and we will, as a matter of course, become better, more effective players. Our secondary weapon is the XM53 rocket launcher, which we're mainly going to be using to shoot down enemy aerial score streaks, especially UAVs. In Team Deathmatch, if the enemy start putting up UAVs, it can give them a real advantage. So move to a safe spot at the edge of the map, away from the enemy, look for it, equip the XM53, then shoot it down. Under no circumstances use the XM53 to shoot down a UAV when the enemies might be near. Generally, if you're in the middle of the map. All that will happen is that you'll get shot before you have a chance to do anything. You can also use the XM53 against RAPS deploy ships, wraiths, and the like, but I wouldn't recommend it against Talons, as they tend to shoot at you before the XM53 locks on. The XM53 is great against ground Scorestreaks too, hardened sentries, guardians, and the deadly Cerberus. Just make sure you know where they are, then pop out from cover when you've got the XM53 equipped, aim and fire. You don't have to wait for a lock-on, which can be handy against sentries and the Cerberus, because they can whip round and start shooting you before you know it. You can also have a bit of fun with the XM53 and use it as an RPG to kill enemy soldiers. If your team's in the lead, try firing it through doorways and windows, or even at the feet of groups of enemies. But remember, the XM53 is not accurate at range, and in almost all cases you're better off using your gun, but hey, it's fun to fire a rocket into a room and take out a camper. You'll notice that we've got no grenades, lethals or tacticals on this class, and that's a deliberate decision to help us avoid something called the paralysis of choice. Or to put it simply, it stops us getting shot in the head while we're trying to throw a grenade, and that grenade will probably just miss anyway, or best, or at worst, bounce back off a wall and stun ourselves or even kill us. Don't get me wrong, Semtex, frags, trip mines, concussions and flashbangs are great, but if you take them away from your inventory, you'll perform better because you'll never be in that position where you've got to make a split decision about whether to throw a grenade, shoot or run away. Because in Call of Duty, a split second is all it takes for someone to roll around the corner and shoot you. So although you may want to equip lethals and tacticals later on to try out some of the challenges, take my advice and leave them out of this setup. Now for perks, and we're going to keep this nice and simple. Tier 1 is going to be the flak jacket, which will protect us to a certain extent from lethal grenades, airstrikes, RCXDs and RPGs. For Tier 2, we're going to run fast hands, which means that we can aim faster after sprinting and change weapons faster. Finally, for Tier 3, we're running awareness, which amplifies the sounds of other players' movements and footsteps, so you can hear them coming and start to pre-aim or get yourself into a better position. Awareness needs practice though. You've got to know the maps and the likely flow of players for your brain to really let you sense where they're coming from. But after you've been using the perk for a few weeks, you'll never want to be without it, especially on the smaller maps. To get the best out of awareness, you may have to mix up your playstyle a little. There's no use sprinting everywhere because the sound of your footsteps will mask your enemies' ones, so you must use a combination of running, pausing to listen, approaching corners quietly, then waiting to kill any approaching enemies, or you can rush around the corner to address any line of sight dangers. If, however, you're not wearing headphones, think about switching awareness out for tactical mask, which will instead protect you from concussion grenades and flashbangs. Call of Duty is known for its Scorestreak system, and they're an enjoyable part of the game. But when you're starting off, it can seem impossible to earn any good ones in Team Deathmatch, so that's why I recommend you just run the easiest to earn. The XD, the little remote control card that's basically a grenade on wheels, the UAV, which is self-explanatory, and the care package, which is a woefully underrated Scorestreak that can at worst give you something useful for your team and at best give you some of the most powerful Scorestreaks in the game. You won't be great at using the XD to start off with, or any of the lethal streaks you get from the care packages, but in time you'll get real benefit out of them with practice and perseverance, and trust me, the first time you earn a Talon and choose to control it yourself and rip into the opposing team, you'll love it. Don't accept any criticism for running battery with a wonderful multi-projectile firing grenade launcher. It's very simple to use and will normally lead to at least one kill every time you use it, and if you run into a bunch of enemies at once, you can take out a whole team. There are a few things you need to bear in mind with the War Machine though. Don't equip it as soon as you earn it, because it takes a second or two to load up and be ready. And if you equip it as you're running around a corner, chances are that an enemy will be waiting for you and shoot you before the War Machine is ready to fire. You need to be in a safe place, so stop, hit those bumpers. When equipped, don't go all crazy and start rushing the enemy. What we want to do is stay alive and pick up a few kills with it. So keep on using the techniques I'm going to be getting into more detail later on, which is keeping to the flanks, listening out for enemies, hugging the walls and using cover. If you do get into a close range gunfight, just use the war machine like a shotgun, firing straight at the enemy. If they're a bit further away, you can fire over the cover they're behind, or fire it low onto the floor so that it splits up and you've got more chance of hitting them if they start moving away. If you think an enemy might be waiting for you around a corner or in a room, just bounce the grenades off of the wall, through a door or a window, and you've got a good chance of hitting them or severely damaging them. As you get to know the maps and where your enemies might be, long-range Hail Mary type shots into common spawn points and camping positions can be ultra satisfying when they reach their target. If all else fails and you're in a tight spot with a load of enemies, just spam the war machine and keep firing until it's empty, because you might get killed, but you'll get loads of afterlife kills, where you'll kill your attacker. Just remember, don't change weapons while you're using it, and don't fire straight into walls so the grenades bounce back and damage or kill you instead. So, we've got our class set up. Now let's refresh some of the basics, starting with how we should be moving around the map and aiming at our enemies. So I'm going to wander around Combine, sharing what I'm thinking and doing. Okay, so we're on Combine. There's no other bots or anything to get in our way. I just want to kind of slowly move around the map, thinking about sharing with what I'm thinking as I'm going around. You spawn here at the other end. So what I tend to do is you're always thinking about flanking. So on your first rush, you don't really nobody's going to be there, so you can kind of normally get all the way to here and not worry about any enemies. Then as soon as you start getting to this thing, you've got to think, well, where would the enemies be coming from? You know, they probably won't have reached there anymore. They're going to be further down. So again, if you hug this left wall, and then you've got to think about right down the other end. So you're going to start pre-aiming about there and be looking to there, just in case they're head glitching or seeking cover behind there. The KM44 isn't brilliant at this range, so if you did fire, you'd have to feather the trigger, so you kind of have to go like that, not go full auto. If I did do that and kill somebody or missed, I would then pop back and now reload. But let's say there was nobody there. What I tend to think about is coming over to this side, and then as I'm coming around this corner, I pre-aim there and then pre-aim there. And then when you get to here, I'm listening. I'm really listening out for anybody sort of coming up here or coming up here. So now I make a decision. Do I want to go up that way or do I want to go that way? Generally, I like to slide through there so you miss anybody who just pops out. And then as you're coming down here, you're looking around this area, and also you're looking for people who might be wall running across here, and then you can pick them up. So as we come around to this bit, again you've got to think the enemies could be there. So again, you come out, you pre-aim to that bit, and then as you come over here, you pre-aim to that bit. So you see, as I'm moving around the map, I'm looking for common places where people take cover and where I can pre-aim to. So then we would come through here, just checking there, listening now, because you can hear people coming through here and sometimes running behind you. And then you've got to think about the two doors. So as I come through here, I'll be looking at that space there, or that space there, and there's nothing wrong with pre-aiming as you come around the corner. So I decide to push down in this direction, pre-aim, and we've got stock, so we can come around the corner really nicely. And often there'll be someone laying on the ground there, so you can take them out. So that's basically how I'm constantly moving around the map. You just find the cover and get round it, and you pre-aim where people might be. Avoiding the centre areas, so like here's another, and then you're just hugging those walls. You always stay close to the walls, because when other people coming around, say I was coming around this, they'll expect you to be in the middle. That's where they'll be aiming. Whereas if you hug the walls, you can get the jump on them that way. Now, as you're moving around the map, though, when you're sort of running or walking, you always want to have your crosshairs where the enemies might be. So as I'm coming up to this area, for example, there could be an enemy there, or there could be an enemy there. So I've got to make a choice. So I'll keep to the sides, keep my sights there, and then maybe flick to there. If I'm coming back through here, and I'm going up here, there could be an enemy up there. So I'm always, if you see where my sights are going, they're always, and then if I came to here, I would start pre-aiming ready for that. And I can cover this area, though you'll probably die if you stay here too long. So let's just jump down. So again, just look where my sights are going. So I'm coming along here. I'd look there. Look there. I'm going to go around the corner. So I just keeping those sights there in the middle. Now I'm coming up to this door. So I want to get my sights there, and I would probably pre-aim. Just keeping my sights everywhere where the enemies might be. So we're back to this end of the map. So if you're approaching it from this angle, again, people will be coming out of that door. So you can just aim it. And then as you get fairly close, you can then hear people. So then you can move close, but again, keep your sights over the door. And as you would come to here, you would then start pre-aiming. Pre-aiming there. Pre-aiming there. Hugging those walls. Keep in tight, because that's where people... The left wall is best, because that gives you right advantage. Because when we aim, you see the way that we hold the gun, it's over to the right-hand side of our body. Now, let's talk quickly about aiming with your gun and firing. So the way it works is this, is when you move your right stick left and right, you just move left and right, don't you? Like that to aim, and you go up and down. But see how fast it moves. So that means if you're trying to track someone running from left to right, or the same, it's quite difficult to do it if you're just using your right stick all the time. So the trick is to keep your sights level in the middle as much as you can. You know, don't run around like this, and don't run around like this. And then when you get on target with somebody, instead of moving your right stick to aim, to make your adjustment as they're moving, use your left stick, strafe left and right to track your targets, like that. See, we've got stock on, so we get a massive amount of movement, and you'll be much more accurate because you can much more fine adjustments with your moving your horizontally with your left stick rather than your right stick, which tends to jump way too much and move around like that. So let's just show you that again on. Let's move around a bit. Let's do it on here. So again, let's say someone was over here. Say imagine they were behind this laboratory desk, and I come round here, and they're there, and I'm trying to get on target. I wouldn't be using my right stick like this because it's dead hard. I would just make sure that I'm centered, aim, start firing them, and I'm using my strafing to move right and left. And that's how I would get on target, and that would definitely work. Now, when you're also firing, again, we'll talk about how when we're practicing getting 3 kills per magazine and then reloading. But when you're in the real world, when you're in an online match, get 2 kills and then reload. But always reload somewhere safe. So it would be bang, bang, and run out of bullets, and then reload in here. I can't reload now because I haven't got enough bullets. I have to do it that way. Also, if you're using your launcher, make sure you only ever use it when you're at the edge of the map and away from any enemies. So let's imagine the moon up there is a UAV. So I'll come back here, I'd look round, see the UAV, equip my XM53, and then fire it off. And it's as simple as that. And again, you can just fire it and then go back to your XM53. And the same goes with your KM4, with your care packages. Only call them in right at the back of the map and say, I would call it in, say here, and then I would go over here and just be ready for people coming out of the various doors. So there we go. So that's moving around the maps. Always stick to the flanks. So keep clear of those middle areas. Always stick to the walls. And I tell you what, always kind of find cover as you're going around the corners. And then what you can also do, let's do a bit of a wall run. If you do a wall run, stay low. Watch this. See how low I am on this wall run down here? People aren't expecting that, because when you're doing a wall run, they're expecting you to be up here. So if you wall run low on places and pop up, you've got more chance of getting them. Now, I know wall runs are risky anyway, but that's the other thing. Finally, a quick word on spawns. You tend to spawn at different ends of the map. So if I was rushing up to here, when I get to this area, if I come out here and start shooting people from spawns, the spawns will have flipped to the other end of the map, and this can lead to chaos. So quite a powerful thing to do, and it depends on the map you're playing from, is when you get to this sort of position, when you're near the spawn, and you can kind of control through there, and you can control through there. Don't keep pushing all the way to the other end, or if you do, or you see your teammates have, be prepared for that spawn flip. will flip all the way around, because obviously then you've got your enemies behind you, and that's not where you're ready for them to come through. Okay, so there we go. So we've gone through what we should be doing, but we need to practice in a safer and simpler environment than online. So this is where our accuracy drill will help. Go to the local settings and make sure you've got a KN44 class set up, just like the one we're going to use in online multiplayer. I need you to set up a local free-for-all match on Combine against 8 easy bots. Don't worry if you've never played free-for-all before, or avoid it because it's too difficult. Against easy bots it's not as bad, and it's a great opportunity to get us used to our awareness perk so we can hear where enemies are, and most importantly to practice our accuracy skills. Remember, keep to the flanks, hug the walls and cover, and keep your sights centered. Adjust your aim with the left stick and reload in safe areas. You want to try and kill at least 3 enemies with each clip before you reload. And if you earn any score streaks, great, it'll give you some practice. Just call them in at the back of the map, and in free-for-all you can guarantee some bots will attack you before the package gets delivered. The mini-map is ultra important, so glance at it every couple of seconds to look for the red markers where your enemies are firing. But unless you've got the UAV up, there's no permanent display, so do be careful. If you do this drill before you go online, I guarantee your speed and accuracy will improve. So next I'm going to show you where I'm doing the drill and what's going through my mind. Okay, so here we go. We are playing our free-for-all game, KN42. What I'm going to be trying to... Bit of a scrappy start. Okay, so we want to be using cover 1. Getting 3 kills per magazine. 2. Should be someone around here. Again, avoid the middle area, that's a kill zone. Again, cover. Peek. 3. Oh, maybe. Right, reload, only got 2 bullets left. Let's go back around here again. 1. 2. 8 bullets to get my 3rd kill. I've got to be on target. 3. Reload. Somebody coming this way? 1. Pre-aim. Pre-aim. 2. 3. Reload. I'm not going to bring in any more score streaks. 1. We've only got 9 bullets left. Then we're going to have to pick something else up. 2. We've got another KM44. Excellent. No red dot on this one though. 1. Peek. Peek. Listen. 2. Was that 2? Right, somebody's rejacking over there. Someone's coming behind me. 3. Reload. I can hear fighting going over it. Right, someone's coming over this way. 1. Again, look. Let's have a go around here. 2. Cover. 3. Loads of them. Keep firing. Oh! See, as soon as I got greedy, I got killed. Right. 1. She's gone. Anybody else peeking around? Even easy bots can give you a bit of a challenge. Right, let's go over this side of the map now. So, hug those walls. Hug those walls. Using cover. Oh. Right, okay, somebody's probably coming back this way now, so let's reload. 1. Cover. Cover. 2. Missed him. 3. Reload. Too far. Wait. 1. Somebody else go around there. 2. Somebody back this way. Hugging the walls. I can hear somebody this way. 3. Reload. 4 kills to go. Somebody's come back this way. No. Up there. This way. 1. 1. Didn't use my cover, you see, in that time and got killed. Okay, let's bring up the war machine just so you can see it. Right. 1. Using it like a shotgun in that case. Let's go for a lucky one through the window. 2. Somebody will be coming back down here now. Final war machine kill. 3. So there we go. That's kind of, I love doing that drill. I know it's super easy. I know they're just they're easy bots, but it gets your eye in and it just gets you in the zone. You know, it allows you to work on your accuracy and it builds your confidence as well. So let's move on to the next bit. Our mini-map awareness drill. So what we need to set up now is a team deathmatch drill on Fringe against easy bots. 6 bots is enough for each side, and this is a much larger map, so we can practice our long-range accuracy and also our mini-map awareness, which is super important to succeeding as team deathmatch in Black Ops 3. To get the most out of the mini-map, you need to understand a few things. You can always see your teammates on the mini-map, but unless you've got UAV up, you'll only see your enemies when they're firing non-suppressed guns. However, we can assume that enemies will tend to be coming from the opposite end of the map to where most of our teammates are, because the game generally spawns you like that when you die. So if we can just be aware where our enemies are coming from, we can work around and flank them or be ready when they attack us. Caution is the best part of Valor here, so use cover, hug those walls and listen. Check the minimap every couple of seconds and mentally congratulate yourself every time you predict something based on the minimap and you can take advantage of it. Say, shooting an enemy as they come around a corner, just like you thought they would. On this larger map, we'll also have the room to safely call in streaks and practice with the various lethals that we can earn. Again, concentrate on trying to get at least 3 kills from each clip before reloading, and remember to avoid the open areas. I'll say it again, hug those walls, use cover, pre-aim, center your sights and listen out for where the enemies might be. Maybe try to control a specific area, get a few kills, then move on. Again, if you practice this before you go online, you'll get much better, much quicker. So let's dive into a practice game and you can see and hear what I'm thinking and doing. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be doing our team deathmatch drill. This is our mini-map awareness drill, and we work on our longer range accuracy. Again, I'm going to be checking that mini-map, seeing where my teammates are, and then the enemies generally are coming from the other side of the map from where my teammates are. And basically following that. So again, KN44. Got some lovely recruit bots to help me. Now, you can hang around with your teammates. There's nothing wrong with doing that and the safety in numbers. But remember that most of the people on your team won't be as good as you are. And you'll get some good ones. So there's nothing wrong with flanking around. So in this one, in a real match, normally people will come through here. So as we come to the corner, right, let's just peek. Right, see what's going on. Okay, they're all coming down that way. So they're all dead. So I would then back off, and wait for them to come. Looks like they've got that sorted. So let's go round and let's go around, flank the other side. Again, I'm just using my mini-map, just checking it. But you've still got to keep aware, especially when you're working with easy bots, because they tend to just like run past each other all the time. So let's see. So if we look at the mini-map now, somebody just spawned next to me. There's an enemy down to the left and they're over to the right. Now, I like the top of this map, so I'm going to head that way. Pre-aim, hug that. Ooh, that was very good, was it? Go through here. Pre-aim, pre-aim. Now, sometimes people are there and in that window up there, so a pre-aim there. Again, I'm just going to hug this, use cover there, hug this wall. Pre-aim there, pre-aim there. Pre-aim there, hug this wall. Sometimes people are, but again, I can see I've got teammates all around me. Right, so they're coming through this way. Had to feather these thing there. Right, this is a position. This is a place I really like it because we've got a bit of cover here, and we can take people on there, kind of at the window, sort of. And let's just listen out to see where the enemies are coming from. Right, one there, one. And we want trying to get 3 kills from each magazine. Keep an eye on the mini-map. Now, they're probably going to be coming from this direction now, because there's no... There we go. 2, we have to reload, so we've only got 2. If you look at the mini-map, there's nobody over there, is there? Whoop, apart from a load of enemies. 1. Still no... They'll still be spawning over there, because there's nobody there on the mini-map. Or to the top. There we go, there's another one. 2. Right, again, they could still be coming from over there. Just check that mini-map, there's another one. To reload. Right, so we've got a bit of a breakdown now, so we just need to concentrate on staying alive until we get a bit of map control and see what's going on. Perfect time to bring out the war machine. Just to clear us up a bit of space. So look at the minimap. Where would the enemies be? Behind me to my bottom. Over there. Ooh, there's one there. Ooh. Right, again, they're probably coming from this direction, so let's go and have a look. Or maybe not. But definitely that other opposite end of the map. Oh, somebody's coming over. That's just always worth doing when you've got the war machine. Right, now we've got a KM44 back, but we're running out of bullets, so I really need to pick up another weapon. Right, we've got the Vespa, submachine gun, short range. Ooh, someone's behind us there, so let's run away. He's got an Argus. I don't want an Argus. I want another KN44. Right, we got another. Oh, that is my KN44. There's only bullets left. So mini map. Where do you reckon? Top right or down there? Right, they're all around us. So again, we just got to keep our eyes peeled. Reload when it's safe. Woo. Nothing wrong with ducking behind cover. See where your teammates are. They're all blasting each other. The good thing is when there is a... Oh, what are you doing up there, bot? Vespa's great, but... What have you got? I don't want a sniper. Woo. Get out of the way. KM44 again. No, it's my old KM44. I keep picking it up. I've got to drop it somewhere else. Right, minimap. Where would they be coming from? Right, we just see someone, so they're coming from the bottom side of the map. Did one just go through there? There he is. I'm missing more than I'm hitting with this bloody thing. Right, let's feather that trigger. Again, safe to reload. Where are they going to be coming from? Bottom right. Woo! Right, we got the war machine again. Let's fire it up and go for a wander. So it's first to 100 in team deathmatch. Again, let's check the corners. Right, somebody spawned in front of me, so they must be round to the right or up the other end. Let's have a look. Anybody there? I can hear somebody behind me. I can see them on the minimap. Let's just fire one down there. There's a bit of a firefight going on behind me. I reckon they'd be spawning behind here. There they go. 1, 2. Right, somebody spawned there, so I know they must be at the other end of the map now. Could be around this area, so you've got to be careful. I could really do with a bit. Well, let's stick with the Vespa. Let's just be careful, using cover, hugging those walls, just keep listening. Right, let's go in here, because we've got a Vespa, so it's a good short range weapon, no good at long range. Not much happening at the moment. We've got a look. He's got a Cuda. Let's go with a Cuda. Cuda's similar to the KM44, kind of a submachine gun version of it. Right, so where are they going to be? Look at the map. Top, they've got to be top left, haven't they? That's where they've got to be coming from. That's where they've got to be spawning, so let's go and find them. Again, pre-aim there, pre-aim there. Oop, there's one, let's chase them down. No, never a good idea. Feathering that trigger, so they're probably top right. There they come. Let's get out of here, because there's too many of them for me to take on. Even easy bots, right? There's probably still more. Top left-hand corner of the minimap. Just check that out. They should be spawning all around here. I know they've already moved, so now they're heading over there. Where are they gone? They're all easy bots do like to leg it away, but you know. Right, sorry, they'd be over here now, won't they? Keep an eye out. Right, get up behind cover. Reload when safe. Okay, we're starting to get a bit low on that ammo for the Cuda now. Right, they're all coming at me. Need to reload. Okay, we're down to our last 37 bullets. I could really do... At an XR2, this will do. Got a bit more range. Right, again. See, in a public match, this is still a really good place to hang around. Alright, they're all coming. Right, let's get the war machine out, because they're all coming. Here we go. 1, 2. There's one over there. Let's just fire one that way just in case. 3. There's more over there, is there? Right, bottom right hand corner. They've got to be coming from this end now, haven't they? Look at the minimap. There's nobody there on the minimap from my team. Look, one just through the window. Expect to see them running this way. I would have thought, oh, someone... They slipped past me there, didn't they? Okay, we're getting low on ammunition now with the XR2 as well. But there's nothing wrong with staying here. Let's check our corners. Popping out, pre-aiming. I can hear footsteps behind me. Okay, we need to pick up a shotgun. Probably not a shotgun. Okay, we've got a shotgun now. So very, very short range. We've got to be super careful now. Right, they're coming behind us through here. Let's have a quick look. Get behind cover again. Right. Again, we're just checking that minimap. Right, it's got to be the bottom right. Look at the minimap. Bottom right, it's got to be. They've got to be coming from that direction. There's one over there. Can't challenge. Can't challenge from that distance with the shotgun. I'm going to have to go looking for him. Whoa. He's going to be coming after me, is he? I'm playing a bit more defensive. Right, 48 dredge. That's got range. Oh! Too busy picking up a weapon. Right, so now we've got a weapon with range. Oh no, we've got a KN-44 back now, haven't we? Good, let's carry on using that. You might have noticed that I'm not calling in any of my score streaks. I haven't changed this class to my care package UAV RCXD class. Because again, this practicing is all about gun control, gun accuracy. Right, again, never be afraid to tuck behind cover and live to fight another day. Right, here we go. I tell you what, let's call in UAV so you can see what it looks like. Right, so you can. Ooh. So again, it's snap to aim, and then if somebody's going past you, don't be afraid to snap out of aim. Because remember, we're using a low sensitivity. So if you use a low sensitivity, people can move faster than you can aim down sights, you know, to change it. So that's why it's really important. There we go, the spam. Let's see if we got some lucky kills. So there we go. Local team deathmatch against easy bots, working on speed, working on accuracy, hugging those walls, using cover, ducking back behind cover when things get a little bit hairier. Don't try and take on multiple enemies at once. If there's more than one person, really, you should hide, reload, well, kill one, hide, reload, and then if you're damaged, run away. If you're not, go in. So, we set up our options, got the right class, worked our accuracy and our tactics, and it's time to go online and put it all into practice. But there's a few extra things I'd like to add. Consider the time of day you're going online. I think and I find that anything up to about 10 PM is okay. But when it starts getting later than that, you seem to have a higher percentage of better players, so things get a lot tougher. There's no harm in getting an early night and playing again tomorrow. Also, if you do get into a difficult game and you start losing by a large amount, never rage quit out. Change your tactics, maybe go on the defensive, or maybe go even rushing, or just keep plugging away with what you're doing, because you never know what can happen and who might spawn in to help, and it's always the closest games that are the most fun. Make sure you check out videos from other YouTubers as well, especially gameplay analysis by the likes of Exclusive Ace. I'll put a link to his stuff in the description down below. But don't get too caught up in all the stat stuff. Stick with that KN-44 class and simple score streaks until you're ready to try something new. Also, if you're super into Call of Duty and play a couple of times a week online, check out NetDoomer, who produce a router specifically designed to improve your gaming experience. But again, the link is down below. Finally, if Black Ops starts becoming a drag and you feel like you're not improving in Team Deathmatch, go back to our practice drills, the free-for-all on Combine or Team Deathmatch on Fringe, to get your eye back in. Or simply go and play a different game, or go out for a nice walk. Call of Duty isn't worth getting stressed out over, and when you've had a break you'll come back stronger and better than ever. Okay, so that's enough from me. Thank you so much for watching through to the end. I know this has been a too long video, but I also know that if you put into practice what you've seen here, you'll get better at Black Ops 3 Team Deathmatch really quickly. Please put any of your tips, questions or comments down below. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same, and I'll see you again soon.
HCXD deployed.